This week, PC players of Overwatch got the chance to test out a new map called Oasis, which is beautiful but also pretty dangerous. In one corner of the map there's a busy road with cars that aren't stopping for anybody, even old ladies. It's pretty unsafe for the heroes of Overwatch, and I think it's clear at this point Blizzard has simply decided to flout all safety regulations. To be fair though, Blizzard certainly isn't the only one, so in the name of needless endangerment, here are 7 game worlds health and safety would like a word about. Starting with... Number 1. Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat is a game about people beating the crap out of one another in organised fights, which is fine if that's what the characters want to do, but fighting over a deadly spike pit, that's almost certainly against the regulations for martial arts tournaments.
Sub-Zero wins.
In the aptly named pit level of the first Mortal Kombat, if you reached the finish him screen and performed an uppercut, you'd send your enemy plummeting into a pit filled with deadly spikes. And given the fact that the bones of former victims litter the place, it doesn't seem like a very well looked after spike pit either.
Liu Kang wins.
Oh, that is definitely going to require a tetanus jab.
Number 2. Rupture Farms.
Working for a company that wants to round up you and your mates and turn you into a new and tasty food product is never going to be good for your long-term health prospects. I think we can all agree on that one. But Rupture Farms from Abe's Odyssey wasn't exactly the safest building in the first place, was it? As if all the fall hazards and crushing machinery weren't bad enough, it's staffed by trigger-happy guards who will shoot you for taking even one step away from your post. Shooting an employee for nipping to the loo is almost certainly illegal. And just who leaves active mines all over the place? People who don't give a monkeys about health and safety regulations. That's who.
Number 3. Mario's Cement Factory.
While we're talking about factories, actually, Mario's Cement Factory for the Game & Watch is some form of Lynchian nightmare. Mario has to simultaneously manage 4 different cement mixers in opposite corners of a factory, linked by a shifting series of platforms without safety rails, direction indicators, or anything. I mean, just look at Mario's face, he's quite clearly terrified. Unless we forget, Mario is a plumber, so he's almost certainly not trained or qualified to operate this kind of machinery. And that's why he just fell to his death and smashed his little Italian body on the factory floor. Shameful.
Number 4. Literally anywhere in GoldenEye 007. When you develop a video game, you end up making a lot of objects to dress your levels with, crates and bookcases and desks and the like. And when you make these objects, you have to decide how they behave and what sort of interactions the player can have with them. And for some reason, when developing GoldenEye 007 for the N64, Rare decided for pretty much every object that if they had to build it, it may as well explode when shot. Like these cardboard boxes. Famously explosive stuff, cardboard. And might I point out that, aside from the stupidity of stacking up a bunch of explosive boxes in a corridor stuffed with armed guards, these are clearly compromising fire escape routes out of the building. If there was a fire in here, nobody would be able to get out in time, and then they'd all explode. Shameful stuff, it really is. Number 5. Rainbow Road.
Rainbow Road on Mario Kart Double Dash was almost certainly designed by Satan himself, so really it shouldn't come as a surprise that it's seriously deficient when it comes to providing a safe working environment for the drivers competing in the Special Cup. Jumps, sudden bumps, tight spiraling turns, go faster stripes, and not a guardrail in sight. No, don't worry about it, Nintendo. It's not like there are going to be loads of go-karts bashing one another out of the way while hurtling around this death trap or anything. It's probably fine. This is all going in my report, you know. Fair warning.
Number 6. Jet Set Willy's House.
Alright, so Jet Set Willy's house in 1984's ZX Spectrum game Jet Set Willy is a private domicile and therefore technically not a place of work, but if it were, it'd be a health and safety nightmare. On his mission to clean up the place after a big house party, Willy has to dodge razor blades, saws, and a whole host of deadly monsters that have been casually left for him to clean up, if he can avoid getting killed, that is. Willy, mate, I know they're your friends and everything, but from the state they've left your house in, I just don't think they respect you very much. You might want to have a word.
Number 7. Black Mesa. You know, as a rule, I try not to accept a job in any company that's likely to try and kill me in order to cover its tracks should anything go wrong. The same, sadly, cannot be said for Gordon Freeman, who finds himself in that very situation at the Black Mesa research facility in Half-Life. When an experiment goes seriously pear-shaped, an interdimensional portal is created, allowing hostile aliens to start flooding in. Freeman finds himself fighting against these aliens and a bunch of US Marines who have been sent in to take out the threat and also kill any surviving Black Mesa employees to keep them from talking. So, all things considered, Black Mesa is definitely a suboptimal working environment. I mean, setting aside the moral issues inherent in murdering your entire workforce, their insurance costs must be through the roof.
Their idea of containment is to kill everyone associated with the project.
And there you have it, 7 game worlds health and safety would definitely like a word about. If you have any of your own to add, please do let us know in the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do consider liking and subscribing. And if you'd like to see any of our other videos, some of them are on screen now for your clicking pleasure. Bye!